Hey guys, I hope I'm live. I'm trying this again. I'm going to keep trying it probably every weekend if I can. Let me know if you're in the chat. I'm going to try to get you on the chat in my other window. I don't know, someone said I had to open another window, but I thought that it worked really nicely with my iPad here on the side. I'm just going to try to mute it. So if you're there, let me know and I'll get started. I'll let a couple of minutes go by. These glasses are really heavy, guys. I really like them. I don't know if you've seen these. I got them on, I think on Zenny, or the other one. What's the other one? Firmo? Yeah, I think Firmo sent them to me free, but I'm not that crazy about them, to tell you the truth. So I didn't do the review. Guys, let me know if you're there. I'm here. I'm in the chat. Are you guys in the chat? Anyway, they're really heavy on me, but I think they're a little bit less, well, maybe not. Maybe they're a little bit more glary. What do you guys think? Let me know if you're in the chat. I know there was a little bit of a slight delay last time, so just keep on putting in your comments or whatnot. I really appreciate you being here. I think I have a few viewers. Harley Grant, how are you from Georgia? I'm so glad you got on this time. See, I'm looking at your chat here on the iPad. I don't know why it doesn't come out over here, but I know you told me you tried last time and you couldn't chat, but I'm so glad you joined me today and that you're here. I really appreciate it. Guys, I'm home on a Friday because, as you know, I'm a teacher, but we had what they call a comp day today, which we were supposed to do a whole bunch of tests and things online, which I did. But I was supposed to do some proof that I had done them and send them some kind of certificate or something. But for some reason, I cannot log on, or I just cannot log on through this computer. I've done it before, but there must be a glitch. And you have to have a special log on from home and so forth. So I did not send them proof. So they may wind up docking me. Hey, Guillermo, how are you? Nice to see you here. So I think they might wind up docking me a day, but you know what? I have been back at school for literally, this is the second week back with the children. And I feel like I've been working for a year already. I'm so exhausted with paperwork. I work in special education, and it is nothing but paperwork, and I feel horrible about it because I want to go see my kids. I've been in one particular class only, which is kind of what they call an advisory class. And I love it. And those children are so fabulous, but I have not been able to get in there and actually do any real interventions. So I'm so frustrated at that, but I'm so excited. I did get all that paperwork done yesterday. I've been working late till 6 or 7 at night. And then yesterday, you know, I got a phone call from my grandchild while I was at work. And she made me smile and she made me laugh. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go home. This is enough of this. You know, we can only do so much, right? And that kind of brought me into a topic for today is like, you know, I'm always striving to, or I think I am, and maybe I don't strive hard enough, but I always think that I'm striving for perfection and striving to get things done. I have an auction going on tonight. As you can see back here, this is some of the auction things that some of the items I'm going to offer tonight. There's a Louis Vuitton down there. You can't hardly see it. But I am going to auction that off, and I've been trying to get that ready, been trying to finish all my paperwork at school, and I finished it, and I figured, you know what? It's done as perfectly as I could get it done. There was issues with the printer. There was issues with people telling me not to use this printer, but to use that printer and to go do this that way and whatever. So I finally just got it done. And I said, that's enough. You know, I know that if anything were to happen to me, they could replace me like this, you know, and I'm stressing about it for no reason. It's like I keep trying to get to perfection and I won't finish it. And I'm just finally realizing that, no, I don't have to get to perfection. I just have to get to completion. So that's what I did. So guys, I'm so glad you're here. I have a little haul for you from where was I? Oh, the Value Village. Last weekend, my husband and I went to Value Village. He never goes with me. But he said, let's go kill some time while we wait for my daughter to get back. We were trying to see my grandson. So we went, and I got this really cute clock. It is just a little plastic clock. I got it for $2. But I need one in my classroom, or actually, I don't actually have a classroom this year, guys. Our school is set up kind of like very collegiate-like. So we have like these tiny little offices that are down a corridor. It's a beautiful school. I'm not going to complain. It's a beautiful school. And then we just go into different rooms, into the different classrooms. Classrooms are state-of-the-art. They're beautiful. But it's quite claustrophobic, and that's another thing that's adding to my stress. I'm not used to having such a small room. They had it blocked off. They had the window closed with some black paper. I took that off. I just need, I don't know, if you guys have any suggestions on how to, are you guys still in the chat? Because it's not moving. I know I only have 2 viewers, but guys, I'm really happy you're here. Let me know if you're still there, if you can still hear me, if I have an echo or anything like that. So anyway, I'm going to add this. I didn't have a clock. I kept using my phone, and I'm also starting to wear watches a lot too. So, I mean, I do have a big collection of watches, but I don't always wear them. I keep forgetting to put them on, but I'm trying to remember. So I'm doing that. That was one thing I got. And then I got these velvet hangers that are still new. They're still tagged from the original place. These are those velvet ones that don't cling, or they don't let they cling and don't let your clothes fall off. I got this one for $1.91, and this is 12 hangers. And I thought it was pretty cheap when I found some of these at Marshall or TJ Maxx one time. I think they were $4, but because they're usually pretty expensive when I've seen them at other stores. But $2 wasn't bad on that. So I got that. So who else is here? Flippin' Optimist. What a great name. Gosh, you kind of fit into my little rant a minute ago about trying to remain optimistic in light of 1,000 things to do, right? And I guess you just do it. Is all you're supposed to do. Okay, I got some St. Arnold glasses. This is a craft beer brewery here in Houston, and I thought they were really pretty. This is actually from a restaurant, Rudy Lecter's restaurant, which I've never heard of. I wonder if it still exists. But I do like their beer, and I like to have nice glasses. Then I got this really nice one. Now, this is really heavy. I know it's kind of cheesy, and he'll probably not like it, but I'm going to send it to him anyway. This is for my son. It says attorney, and on the inside of the rim, it says articulate, energetic, determined, strategic, intelligent, confident, successful, insightful, diplomatic. And I really liked it too. This is by Papal Giftware, because it's very heavy and it's very well made. And like I said, I mean, I don't think he'll probably take it to his office or use it anywhere, you know, but I just kind of a sentimental thing for me. So I'm going to send it to him, sort of like a little greeting card, you know, just so he knows that I love him and I'm proud of him, and I'm going to send him that. So that's what I got there. Okay, 2 more things that I got. 3, actually. I got a bag of wooden hangers. These are those slack hangers, and I use this a lot for my inventory as well as for myself. I wind up using all my hangers in my inventory, and these were also $2, $2.92. But you know, I don't know if you guys know, but you can sell these wooden hangers for a good price on eBay, especially the coat hanger ones, the big ones. And if they have like really interesting store names on them, I've had a few from Brooks Brothers and things like that. People really pay high dollar. I'm talking like $5, $6 a piece for them. All right, then I got these leggings. These are by OP. They're just little plaid leggings. I like the fabric. They're kind of thick. They're not the real thin kind that you're afraid to wear, you know, to work. I'll wear these with a big sweater and some boots or something. So those are really nice. Again, this was from the Thrift Village. Guys, thank you so much for coming in. How do you ship the glasses and the beer mugs? All right, I'm going to answer a few questions too in just a minute. Let me get to that question when I get to my Q&A, and I'll finish up with this, because I do have a couple of other questions, and then we'll start the Q&A. I mean, I have 2 questions I want to address, and one more thing I want to show you from the haul. I think this is it. It's a Nicki Minaj shirt. I thought it was really cool. I may put that up at the auction tonight. I'm not sure. Maybe, maybe not. I think it's pretty cool, though. She's really popular. Kind of in a notorious way, I guess, but just she's really fun. All right, I ship the mugs and glasses with a lot of bubble wrap. Anything like this. This is kind of heavy though, and kind of big. So this I would probably box up. I'll put bubble wrap on it. I'll box it up. And I do a lot of spacing in between. If I were to sell these as a set, I would definitely separate them with, make sure they're both nice and fat with bubble wrap. And then I'll put any kind of negative space. I'll fill that up with some of that thick brown paper. I know it can get expensive, but that's why you really have to watch your price point on those. Now these mugs, I have been getting away with selling these and putting them even up to 2 and even a soup size. I sold 2 soup sizes that went all the way to Hawaii, and I put them in a priority mailer. I really did. I bubble wrapped them really well. And then I also have peanuts. And what I did with that mailer is I put peanuts at the bottom, the very bottom, so I put like an inch or 2 of that. Then I'll wrap this up in bubble wrap, and then I'll fill the rest of that bag either with peanuts, or I've also been lucky and found some of those pillows, you know, like the ones that Amazon sends. Well, my husband brought me a whole box. He works, as I've told you before, he builds motorcycles. So they get a lot of things shipped in and they ship a lot of things out. So he has quite a few shipping supplies that he's brought me, and that's one thing I've really utilized for these glass things. So I'll fill it up with the pockets all around. And then I have the priority tape. I don't want to waste my tape on anything that's priority, so I'll always ask for it. And I think Margaret mentioned that you can actually, Margaret over at Texas Gal Treasures, I think she mentioned that you can actually send for that tape. You can mail it. You can, I think on the website, you can actually ask them to send it to you. But I just asked the people there, and they've been kind enough to give me a few rolls. So I'll tape it up really well. And even if it's popping up a little bit, I'll just tape it all up in there, all around the seams, with priority tape. So it's really puffy. I mean, it's like a pillow, and I've never had anything break. All right, guys. So Flipping Optimist, Guillermo, and Harley Grant, I'm so glad that you're here. If anybody else is here, please chime in the chat so I can say hello to you. And if you're new to my channel, please know that I do videos on reselling. I do vlogs about anything I feel like doing it, beauty products, planning, whatever. It's just my life. I'm a teacher as well, so we'll talk about that occasionally. And anything that you want to suggest that I do a video on, I'd love to have that happen as well. I really would like to start streaming a little bit more often so I can get more used to it, and I won't be making all of these chat problems and everything. So if you have any suggestions on that, I'm thinking of doing a Saturday stream. I'm normally not off on a Friday, but I thought a Saturday might be a nice time to do a stream. So you let me know if you'd be interested in that. And if you'd like to make it a Q&A, we can do that. All right. Is there a particular day of the week that you think is better for thrifting? I do like the senior discounts, but I actually can get a senior discount on Wednesdays at, I think it's the Goodwill on Wednesdays, but the Goodwill has an even better discount every single day for my teacher discount. So as long as it's after 3, it's from 3 to 9, I go to the Goodwill for that discount. I don't believe any other thrift store has a senior discount around here or any other kind of discount that I know of. Oh, Goodwill also does a first responders discount, as well as a teacher, first responders, and veterans. So if you're a veteran in Houston or a first responder, please remember to, you know, bring your ID or anything that signifies what you are, so you can get that 30% discount. It's a great discount. And another good day that I like to go is Fridays. I feel like Friday evenings, they're kind of pulling out everything for Saturday, because I know Saturday's a big, big crowd. So I have been successful with that, but really, I just go whenever I feel like it. If I'm, you know, on the way home and I just say, hey, it's, you know, I have an hour before I have to do something, or supper can wait an hour or whatever, I'll stop. I almost go daily. I really do. But lately I haven't been going because, as you can see, and constantly I'm a little behind on my listing, though I've still been selling. I really have. Oh, I was also going to ask you to subscribe. If you're new to the channel and you just popped in, please subscribe. I, again, as I said, do videos on reselling mostly, but I also love luxury items. I love to shop for luxury items online, and I have a few videos on that. I sell on Posh, Amazon, eBay, Etsy. I've bought on Mercari. I have a few things on sale for there, but I actually missed a sale on there, guys. See what happens when you drop the ball? Someone had bought one of my Western jackets, and I didn't even see it till they had already canceled it. So yeah, you just never know. You got to keep really track on that. And maybe I spread myself too thin on that and I didn't check on it. So that happened with me on Mercari. But Mercari is a good site, but they are pricing, they are charging now for your selling. So it used to be free. That's when I was doing it. Okay. What else was I going to talk about before I get to the rest of the Q&A? Okay, I was going to talk about, well, yeah, I'm spreading myself too thin. I'm starting this new live stream, which I'm not very good at, but I'm going to keep trying because I've learned that, especially at work, I've learned that when we get a new software or I switch to a different district that does a different software, I've learned that if you don't drive it yourself, if you don't get in that software and drive yourself, push yourself to learn it, practice with it, play with it, make your mistakes, you're never going to learn. And instead of somebody just coming over, oh, well, this is how you do it. Oh, well, this is the click you have to do. Oh, no, you did it for you. Let me do this for you. You never learn. So that's one thing I'm going to strive for this year, is to learn everything as best as I can on my own. If you're in the chat, say, hey, I really appreciate you being here. I want to know who you are. How's your sister? Oh, my other shop is doing really well, Guillermo. Well, thank you for asking. I'm actually selling a lot more in that fashion shop than I am in my other one. But it just depends on which one I'm listing at more. I tend to put, you know, all kinds of clothes. I was into the clothes a few months ago, so I really started listing crazy on there. Then I started realizing that I had a lot of things that I hadn't listed, so I put those up, like the doll that I just recently sold. I don't know if you saw my sales video, but I put that one up in my old store. And so things still sell there. My cups, if I were to want to sell cups, that's where I put them in my old store. They've been selling. I've been selling IBM cups and, you know, just all kinds of that old media that really garners interest, and collectibles and things like that in that old store. But anyway, as I was saying, so that's what I try to do, is to get to the point in my life today that if I want to learn something, I have to practice it. I have to do it on my own, by myself, just like the very first time I got on eBay. If I hadn't gotten on eBay the way I did, I would probably not be doing it today. And the way it was done, and I've shared this story before, but I love sharing it because it really shows my personality and my son's personality. I asked him, or he told me something about, why don't you sell it on eBay? It was a clock from, what's that guy's name? Peter Max. And that was the first thing I wanted to sell. I had a lot of things to sell. And he says, yeah, just, you know, learn how to do this. And I said, can you show me how to upload my pictures for my camera and how to do it? And he said, well, actually, I think you should just learn yourself, because if you don't learn yourself, you're never going to really take it innately inside. You're never going to understand it, and you're not going to do it. And if he hadn't prompted me, he prompted me with the idea, but he prompted me to do it myself. And that's how I started to do it. And it was a lot harder when you had to do your own photos. It really was. So yeah, I did it that way. And that's what I'm going to try to jump into, everything that I'm learning this year in this new school with this new software and all kinds of new compliances and things that I have to do. But I'm going to stop asking questions. I'm still going to ask questions, but I'm going to limit my questions and try to you know, research it, play with it, and do it myself. And that's what I'm doing with eBay as well. And that's why I wanted to bring this up, is because I see a lot of questions, and I love your questions, and I'll address them in just a minute. But I watch a lot of Q&A videos, and the questions can be a little redundant, and that's fine. Everybody's new, everybody learns. But some of them you learn only by learning to fall. Because like when I first did eBay, I did a lot of sales. I wanted to just hurry up and get sales and just sell whatever I could as soon as I could. I did a lot of lots, and I lost a lot of money selling lots. And I realized that, you know, that I did like a lot of jewelry, like sterling silver jewelry. And then I said, yeah, I've got my $150. That was fine. But then I realized when I went researching that the people that were buying them were selling each and every one for $50 a piece or $100 a piece. And then I realized, you know, if I would have taken my time and listed every one individually, I would have made more money. But you learn from those mistakes, right? So that's one thing I did learn about that, is that you learn from falling, you learn from your mistakes, and so forth. All right, let me check the chat for a question. Oh, wasn't that YSL jacket gorgeous? I could not believe it, Guillermo. I showed that in a haul. I actually had it in a haul from a charity shop, and I think I paid only about $14 to $10 for it. But I knew it was so special. The fabric was just so beautiful, and the style was so different. And the military style, the militaria aesthetic is just, it's classic. It comes, it goes, it's big, it's, you know, it's a classic. I love it. I knew it was going to sell. That was a great flip, guys. In case you didn't hear about that one, I bought that for about 10 bucks and I sold it for 150. I did have it listed for 300, but I took a best offer, and it just goes to show you, as well as the long tail type of item is definitely a real thing. I put it on sale. It didn't sell before. I think it went not quite half price, but it went, you know, a good maybe 30 to 40% off. I'd like to do real sales. I don't like to do 10% off. I do anywhere from 20 to 30% off when I do an eBay sale. Didn't sell. I think I got quite a few watches, but it never did sell. But I just waited and waited, and somebody made me a reasonable offer. It was still half price, but I had had it enough. I didn't want it to be hanging for another year in my closet, getting, you know, just worn, shelfware or whatever. So I sold it. So that was great. Let me see if I have any more questions here. Oh, thank you so much, Amelia. I'm glad you're here. Amelia Sells, hi. Thank you so much for being here. So another question I had was from a viewer. And I told her, I answered her question in the comment section, but I told her I would address it here. And she asked about perfume on Posh. And she wanted to know how to ship it. And you know, perfume has to be sold, or rather, perfume has to be shipped ground. So you must disclose to your postman. You don't, I mean, some people don't, but I try to be honest. You must disclose to your postman that it is perfume, so she can ship it ground. But you still can print your label directly from Posh. It's paid, as you know. Posh pays for the shipping. I think it's $6 for anything you sell over a certain amount. And then if it goes a little bit heavier, you have to buy another label or something. But anyway, you just tell the postman, and they'll put on their ground, no fly or whatever. But it's no big deal. They have often adjusted my Poshmark labels for that. Or what was the other one? Oh, I had put it in the wrong box. I had put it in a. Oops, let me turn this off. I had put it in a set rate box, and it's supposed to be in a mailing box. I've also taken to using a lot of those envelopes, those soft envelopes that are supposedly, I think it says documents on it, but the postman told me I could put anything I wanted in there. And the clothing fits really nice in there. It's like non-tear, it won't tear or anything, so it's really durable. I really like doing it on there, and I've really taken to using nothing but poly mailers and bags like that for the eBay bags, and then those for Posh, because it's just so, you know, you don't have to worry about boxes. The only thing I really worry about boxes, maybe boots or certain shoes, but I even ship shoes in those poly mailers. I just make sure to put like a little piece of cardboard on the heel. I stuff it so it doesn't get squashed. If it has an embellishment, I also wrap a little bit of cardboard around that section. I save every piece of cardboard that I can, especially when I get shipping and I see how carefully things are packaged. I save that packaging. I reuse it. So I hope that answered your question. One other question I had from them was, let me see, what was my other question? I think that was it. Shipping perfume. Oh yes, the very first question that I got on my last live stream, and I'm not going to mention your name because I don't remember. And if you do want me to mention your name when you ask me a question, let me know, yes or no, mention, then I won't. She asked me, how do you generate sales on YouTube? I mean, on eBay. Well, what I do, I run a sale, but I only started doing that this year. I only got stores well, I've only had a store for a year. I used to always just have a private, regular account. But what I do, I try to make an interesting picture. I try to switch my pictures around often. If I have a picture of, let's say, a necklace and it's on my neck, I'll picture it that way. And then if I get tired of that one, it still hasn't sold, I'll switch to the next picture. The next picture might be a close-up of the pendant, and that might look interesting. Or if it's a particular brand, I'll show the label as well. I mean, I've been known to do the label of a Ralph Lauren flannel, a flannel shirt. Just show the flannel, show the label, and I've pictured that. So that's one thing I do. I'm never stagnant on the prices. If I feel like the price is still a little high, even without having to run a sale, and you can only run a sale if you have a store. So if I have something for $14.99, actually, yeah, $14.99, I might lower it just a couple of dollars to $12.99. If I have something for $29, I'll lower it down to $20. That's really only $5, but it just sounds so much less. It's all psychological. You know that. That's the way we buy. I know that's the way I buy. I look for the free shipping as well. I do free shipping. You may not. I do. I look for free shipping. I know that sometimes you can tell the difference that one is charging $5 more because she's not doing free shipping, but I still look for that. And then I just keep on hunting. So that's what I do with my store. I switch the pictures around. I take better pictures. If you may have noticed in my sales video, I also, let me see if anybody else is joining the chat. I talked about not having a very good picture on that hat, that Liz Claiborne hat. It's not very good at all, but I was in a hurry and I really should have changed it. I do go back and change some of them if they're too dark, if they don't show the true color, which I have so much trouble with. Red and even blue never looks blue. So, and even outdoors, I can have the perfect shot outdoors, but I'll get like closer with the camera to focus and it changes the color on me. If you guys have any suggestions on that, let me know. I've heard some people say they put like a piece of white paper close by and they'll have it focus on the white and then turn it and then that'll focus it. But I don't know, nothing has worked for me lately. Well guys, I really appreciate you being here. Let me see what else I was going to talk about. Oh, I'm going to do a video next. I know some of you guys follow my videos about my reselling. Some of you follow it for my handbags and my luxury items that I unbox. So I'm going to be doing a what's in my bag video because I haven't done one in a while, and I've been carrying the same little handbag for a while, and it's really cute. It's a no-name brand, but it's an Italian leather bag. It's so pretty, but I just want to get into a bigger bag right now. I'm also going to be doing a video. I hope you enjoyed my best mascara on the hunt for the best mascara video. I was very pleased with that mascara, but then that same day, and I think I had showed you this, but then I took it out because my video was too long. I had bought a lip liner, and I thought I had bought this. L'Oreal. No, this is the one I'm taking back. I thought I had bought this Color Stay, which is a retractable one, but I didn't because they look alike. I bought this one. And this one is L'Oreal Color Stay. And it is the weirdest thing in the world because it doesn't sharpen. It just comes completely out. Now, I was doing products from the drugstore, right? And one of my subscribers, the Purse Diva, she's fabulous. She does a lot of luxury unboxings and things, and she mentioned Chanel. And I do love the Chanel mascara. Believe me, I've bought it and I love it. But there are some Chanel products that are not that great. And this is one of them, this lip liner. And their nail polishes, their formula is horrific. Hey, Lisa, how are you? Thank you so much for being here. I think you should take Rogaine for your receding hairline. Well, thank you. I'll do that. I'll do that. And anyway, then here is the Chanel. See, it totally comes off. It totally comes off of here. Dry, completely dry. Now I'm keeping it because it has a great little brush. But this lip liner from Chanel that I believe is about $30 is horrible. Ignore the trolls, guys. They don't bother me. I got a sign right there. Haters welcome. Interaction is always welcome. You want to insult me? That's fine. I work with special needs. I've been spit at. I think I told you before. I've been spit at. I've been thrown against the shelf. I've been thrown books at. So believe me, words don't hurt. All right, so that's what I was going to talk to you about. And what else? I think that's it. If you got any more questions, let me know. Say hey in the chat if you're there. I really appreciate you being here, but I think that was all I was going to talk to you about. Is that stay tuned for my next video where I'm going to be hunting for the best lip liner. Okay. Let me see. Dina, hey Dina, how are you? So glad you're here. All right. Oh, I think I'll remind you as well that I will be at the auction tonight. Yeah, that's another thing. Oh, I forgot the main thing you're here for. Some of you guys were here for the Radiohead story. Yes. Okay, the shirt that I sold, the Radiohead story. Oh my gosh, that shirt. Okay, let me ask you one thing first. Do you ever get questions after you've made a sale, and do you know that it's going to be a return or a request for a return? I do. I always have that feeling. But these questions came after I had shipped it. Okay, because that happened to me not too long ago with an iPhone that I had, and the guy purchased it and then asked me all kinds of questions about it. I canceled the sale because I knew that that was going to happen. I didn't do that with this Radiohead shirt, but I really got suspicious about it. I sold it for, I had it for $99. She offered $66. She paid $30 in shipping to get it shipped out to the UK. So this question started to come about the authenticity of the sleeves. She sent me pictures of another shirt that looked identical. I mean, it was absolutely identical except a different color. But I could not see what she was talking about anyway. So I told her it had already shipped. Then she said, I'm going to stop it. I'm going to stop it. I'm going to tell the post to return it, return to sender. I was like, okay, well, when I get it back, I'll give you a refund. But I never got it back. And within like 2 days after these questions started coming in, I started getting really suspicious because she said, oh, I'll pay for the shipping. I'll pay the return shipping back. I'm going to request it returned. So there was like 2 or 3 different alternatives. And I just thought it was really, really strange. So when I answered her back, I said, again, I reiterated she was selling it. She was returning it for no reason because it was indeed authentic and vintage, because I don't like when people question my integrity that way. And I wanted to make sure that I didn't get this, that eBay knew that I was addressing that issue, so that if she did leave negative feedback about it, that I would have a leg to stand on. So long story short, within 2 days, eBay tells me, so I open up I accepted the return, but I also opened up, I guess, some questions with eBay. Well, they let me know within 2 days that they had canceled the whole thing, not canceled it, they had closed it, and that no money would be coming out. She was not entitled to a refund. It's like, okay, this is really strange. I've never encountered any kind of a transaction like that. Have you guys encountered anything like that? I don't know. I haven't. I just thought it was kind of strange. I felt like it almost felt like a scam, but then it almost felt like just buyer's remorse. And then it just felt like she wanted to get it, like, I don't know, like she was just uncertain. I just couldn't tell. But it was just way too many ifs, ands, or buts that I had to question it. And so anyway, long story short, I did get my money for it. eBay sided with me when there wasn't even a dispute, so I don't know. But there's been a lot of shipping issues as well, so I don't know why I haven't gotten it back or whatnot. I took a while to get an item that I sent for. I got an item that was not mine sent to me from Amazon. There's just been some crazy stuff going on here in Houston. And maybe it's the hurricane, I'm not sure. All right, so that was what I was going to talk to you about, and then I'm going to tell you about the auction. Let me see, anybody else in the chat? I don't know. I don't even know how many of you are out there. I think it's 14, but thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Oh, I am going to be in the auction tonight. That's Dwayne's Mothership Products. I've been talking to you about it for the last couple of videos. I have some of the stuff that's here, and that leather jacket back there is going to be on sale. There's going to be a lot more. Hopefully, if we have the time, it's at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. It's on Dwayne's channel, Mothership Products. Please go over and subscribe to him. He's got a really nice channel, and he does this live auction every Saturday. It's fabulous. And so again, I have a Louis Vuitton. I may pull out my other Louis Vuitton, the Papillon. I'm thinking of doing that one as well. So I guess let me check. Let me check the chat one more time, guys. Sorry for all the fumbling back and forth. Let me make sure yeah, I think that was it. Yeah, so I'll be there. It starts at 7, and it is for charity. I'm going to give a good portion of my proceeds to the child advocates. And I don't know if you're familiar with the child advocates, but they foster children that are victims of abuse and neglect. They not only represent them in court, but they are a steadfast presence in their life. So when they're in the middle of this turmoil of a dysfunctional home, these people step in and work wonders with the children. So the portion of my auction tonight will go to them. And there's a lot more. You can look them up on Google. They're a fabulous, fabulous group. I learned and worked with them for a long time when I was doing my major in psychology, and my professor was a CPS representative. And so we became friends, and I love the organization. It does great work. It does not yank families apart. That's the last thing they want to do, because their philosophy is that child abuse is not them against us. It's not something they do that we don't. It's something that can affect and touch anyone in any socioeconomic group or any kind of situation that you may find yourself in. And right now, with this hurricane upon us and this disaster and this recovery that we're in, believe me, the ones that are suffering the most are the children. And so even though my charity is not going to the hurricane relief, it's going indirectly to organizations that are there for any kind of a dysfunction or need in the family. So stay tuned if you can, guys. I really appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, I will start vlogging a little bit more. I will start live streaming a little bit more, hopefully on Saturdays. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. If you are subscribed and you want to catch me live more often, or you want to know when I put up a new video, please be sure and hit that little bell somewhere on the screen. And I guess I'm going to talk to you later. I'm going to look one more time on the chat just to see if I can say hey to anybody. Joseph Aguirre. Oh, Joseph Aguirre, why don't you get a life, honey? It's really, there's a lot more to do out there than insult people. But anyway, guys, that's the way it is live, right? I will talk to you soon, guys. Thank you so much for everything, and I'll see you hopefully next Saturday, and hopefully tomorrow. Actually, I'll see you next week on a Saturday, and actually tomorrow, hopefully on the auction. All right, see you then. Bye-bye.